Hey, good morning. So we're just gonna do a simple look with some of my new favorites. I started out with this Essence What the Fake Extreme, and it's so good. It's so good. I tried the other two, so there's like 3 of them, and they're actually all really like beautiful and perfect, and they're like $5. Like, it's supposed to be a dupe for Too Faced lip injections, and I would say this one is. I find that the other two, they're still like really good, but this one has like the most plumping effect compared to the other two, but they're like very moisturizing. Like, I found this one over Nude Lips was like really, really pretty, and this one is just great too. Like, just get them, trust me. $5. You can't beat beauty with that. But anyways, let's start out today by doing the brows. We're gonna get the eyes going. So I'm gonna start out with these Makeup Geek individual eyeshadow pieces. So we're gonna do Cream Brulee to start. So with the big fluffy blending brush, we're just gonna dip in. Now with a smaller blending brush, I'm going to take this here, and we're just going to dip it in this one right here. This one is called Cocoa Bear. But we're just going to go in here. In here. And again. Just on the outside of the eyelid. I know it looks crazy now, but just keep blending. Now taking the large fluffy brush. Now with a wet brush, we're going to use Glamorous from Makeup Geek. We're just going to do the outer edge of your eyelid. Just pop it on. And again, another Makeup Geek is called Shimma Shimma. We're just going to do that on the inside, again with a wet brush. it starts to dry out a bit and it's not blending at all and it's getting crusty, just dip it back in, wring the water out and dip it back in the eyeshadow. There we go. So again, because we're doing a nude look here, just because I've got to work today. Now, going in with any white eyeshadow, this one's called Ice Queen by Makeup Geek. Just because I'm on the Makeup Geek Bender eyeshadow today, we're just gonna... I just want to do a little bit on the brow. So like so. Before we hit that black eyeliner, so just make sure it's nice and cleaned off. It's like once you get it in there, anything that's on here is in your eye, so. "20 seconds. 20 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Put the eyelash torture device as it looks on your eye. There we go. Black eyeliner. I just kind of close my eyes and like do my upper lash line. I've probably gotten so used to doing this throughout the years. But don't poke yourself in the eye. I actually prefer it to be a little more dull when I'm doing my upper lash line, just so that I don't poke myself in the eye. Let's do some liner. And we're just going to start with the basic baseline here, and then we'll finish the wing later. But if you get it a little bit below the lash line, just pull it up like that. We're gonna do my favorite lashes of all time. So I'm trying to find a dupe for these, just because it's like, what, 10 bucks a package versus when I could find them on Shein or whatnot for like $2. So I'm still searching for a dupe, but these are my all-time favorites. So I'm going to trim these, I'm going to add some glue, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my eyelashes on. I actually ended up cutting off 2. And I will do a video at some point about putting on eyelashes, but let me tell you, it's never pretty. But there's a few different tricks that we can use, but I will make a separate video for that. So we're going to do brows. So first thing I'm going to do is use a little bit of just loose powder, loose translucent powder. I'm using RCMA's, and I just like, because I have oily skin and I have SPF 50 on right now, I have to kind of like give it a little something to grip to. But again, like a little bit tap off like crazy. You don't need a ton of product. We don't want it caking. You never want anything caking. Never use so much powder that anything is ever caking. So anyways, okay, eyebrows. And I strayed from my favorite brow pencil recently, which is the Annabelle one. It's like universal light and universal medium, and I'll use the two of them, but because I was trying to try other products, but I was going to make another video on that. Is trying like a bunch of like the drugstore priced brow liners. So anyways, with this, see how we go like from this to this, and now we're gonna just little tiny strokes going upwards. You never want to create a line. It's always little strokes. Okay, so just keep doing the little tiny strokes until it deepens up, like so. And then pull it down. And then we're going to use this e.l.f. brow lift. And I just have a little loose spoolie. You can get these on Amazon or Shein for like $1. They're pretty cheap, but anyways. Yeah, just dip it in. You don't need a lot. And then it gives a really nice feathered brow look. So here we go. Use some of this Hydro, well, CoverGirl Simply Ageless, I can't even pronounce it. It's like 5:30 right now. But it's supposed to be like a hydro tint. And it feels so nice on the face. Like, I think I'm addicted to it. Just once you understand like how nice it feels on your skin, you're like, oh. It's like skincare and foundation in one, but it's not like a super high coverage foundation. It's just like a nice sheer tint, but I think it's like really good for your skin, and it gets rid of a little bit of that redness. I probably should have done my brows after I did this, but what do you do? If you're watching this video now, do this first. Do your brows afterwards. Okay. And now I'm just using a sponge. A damp sponge, I should say. Okay, next we're going in with Maybelline's corrector here. So it's just like a little bit of concealer. I'm just gonna pull that down. To the ball. And then like what I find works is and then once you do that, like squeeze it and then start like at your chin. And I find like if you spray like a little bit of setting spray, again, especially if you have oily skin like I do, I could only use minimal powder without it caking because my skin is so oily. So you have to kind of get creative and find other ways. So like the setting spray trick is like really, really quite nice and helping stop the creasing. I just want to get like that one spot here. You could just go like this one. Have like a little bit of yellow color corrector in it. Just trying to get the purple right. And again, color corrector we only use on purple. So just kind of going back with like the normal one, just dabbing it over top. There we go. So once you have that on and you feel like it's all blended out, that's when we add a little bit of powder. And again, get as much off as you can, and then we'll just... But also, like, where do my sunglasses hit? Like, right here, typically, so... Alright. Okay, so next up, we're going to do our bronzer, our contour. Again, this is the lightest cool shade from Milani. And we are going to start with the contour brush, right? Suck in cheeks and pull up. And shape around the cheekbone. Again, like, and just feel where your bone is. I find that really helps. Because you want this to come all the way up like that. The jawline, and again, and then up. And then pinch it. Again, and then pinch. And then just using the sponge, clean up any that you might get too low. So you just want to create like a little bit here, and then we'll do like a line right there, right? Now going in with the big fluffy, let's do the forehead. And again, like if you have a lower forehead, you may not need as much, but I find just like a little bit around the forehead, but you want to just like shape it. For me, I look like a light bulb if I don't do my forehead. Like if I'm sweating, it's like my forehead gets shiny and it looks like I have a light bulb head. But that just means I'm full of ideas, so it's okay. Okay, and now just like blending up, pulling that in, just making sure it's like super blended. That's why I love going over with a big fluffy brush afterwards. Like this brush, it places it, but this one really blends it out and diffuses it. And then never forget the jawline. Just pull. Give you guys a real flattering view of my nostrils. 5 a.m. Okay, here we go. All right, so now with that done, let's do a little bit of cat liner here. But let's finish off the eyeshadow. So again, because I want to go fairly natural today, let's use Cosmopolitan. Now, just with like a little tiny fluffy brush like this, just gonna, oh, it's pretty pigmented. And that's like a really pretty, like peachy pink. Like these old school Makeup Geek eyeshadows are like still pretty good even for today. Like these are probably what, 10 years old? I don't know if that lady's company's been around, but I think she was like one of the original OGs on YouTube for like making makeup and stuff like that. But like they're so good, they're like equivalent to like MAC quality. I remember they're like the biggest dupes, and then I haven't heard anything about them in years, so I should probably like look them up, but that's okay. Now, going back in with Shimmy Shimmer, I just want to get the inside of my eye here. So we're going to take a little brush like so, and dip it in water and just squeeze it out, and then in, we'll do the inner lash. I feel like this will be a great highlighter here today, so I'm just gonna do the center of the nose very, very lightly. And the Cupid's bow. Just like that. So keeping things along the nude line today as well, but again, I'm trying to finish my eyes here. So we are going to use this and like that. And then it just kind of connects where the lashes are. Like, I probably should just cut off one lash and then instead of two, but who cares? Like, who cares? Nobody will notice. It's like one of the things with makeup. Sometimes, like, you're the only person that notices little shit, but everyone, no one, you know? Anyways. I'm obsessed with Poet from Maybelline. Obsessed. I can't get enough of this. So, we're gonna use this again. And, like, just wiping off that lip gloss, because it's, like, it's pretty hardcore. And it definitely gives, like, a bit of a pink tint. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that lip gloss. Again, the one I just had on was this one here. It's like, what the fake? But the one I'm going to use today, I think, is going to be this one, which I believe is this one. So, let's just start out by lining. I have like cat hair stuck to me everywhere. I gave my cats like a haircut and it's helped to reduce the cat hair in my house, but still it's like cat hair on everything. Okay. And then, so overline the Cupid's bow, find the point right there, and then pull it down. And then the lower start on the edge, and then pull it down, and just slightly overline at the lower bottom part there. And then follow your line right there. Okay. Blot, right? And then reline. There we go. So the other thing I would like to do is, just because I'm so obsessed, and I get obsessed all the time, I'm hoping, I wonder if I can just like clean this off a little bit more. Now, just with like an old compact, I just took that and I blotted it there, and we're just gonna and this brush is wet already, so it helps. Ooh, okay, I love that. This is still the best trick of all time, is mixing, using your lipstick as blush to make it match. But just because this stuff like stays on really well, so it dries quick. So we want to grab our sponge fairly quick, and we just want to like grab the clean part of it and just make sure it's not too strong. Now just like dip this back in the water right away and then like try to clean it off. Otherwise just because this lipstick is long lasting, it sticks extremely well to the brush and it's just like, it's hard to like re-clean it afterwards, I find. So just like try to clean it as much as you can, like while you're on the spot, and then go back later and get it with like soap and water, but you know, whatever, right? Okay, so we just need a little bit of highlighter to finish off. I think everyone knows like I'm obsessed with the Fenty. The Fenty, good old like diamonds. You know, like I love using a lot of drugstore stuff. I'm a really big supporter of drugstore, but sometimes like when you come across this high-end stuff and then they just kill the formula and you're like, oh, okay, fine, you have my money. And it's a pretty big pan, so like, all right, Rihanna, you got my money. You paid a good company to make good makeup for you. And then what I like to do is, again, using some sort of thin brush. Now I'm wetting this. I'm just tracing over. Now I'm just going to use some of this black Maybelline primer. This is the stuff that has that lash serum in it, but just to like to even out the lashes. I love these lashes because they look super natural, but they also look glamorous. But I have some other ones where I tried to fit them on underneath my sunglasses and it did not work. So this works. This is like a fairly natural, glamorous day look, but it's not too distracting from when you're talking to people at work. You don't want to be so distracting looking that they don't hear what you're saying because they're looking at your makeup, right? And I've been that girl many times, and I love being that girl, but in a professional setting, it's just like, okay, here we go. All right, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all again soon. Let me know if you want any specific videos. Randy. Have a good day. So I'm taking this eyeliner in Blue Trip. And just doing the inner lash line. Just go easy with this. Alright, so this is our finished look. It's like pretty natural, pretty nude. It's perfect for work, but it's a little bit glamorous. So, thank you so much for watching. And let me know if you have any requests.